All right, just a quick update. I want to talk about this battery box. All right, here's our box. This is our DIY amp box, I guess we called it. And we did a video about how to assemble this together, like, I don't know, like a week ago or something like that. So in that video, I talked that there's going to be some updates, some upgrades, and they are coming along nicely. So I don't know, the first like 15 boxes or something, they left and they were the other way. Like, for example, they had cables, where now we're working, and these are the prototypes, but these are like the final ones. We're gonna, I think, yeah, we got some set of these, so now we're gonna use it. These are bus bars, and they're solid aluminum bus bars so that they can carry the current, because now we're talking about a 200 amp JK BMS, right? So it requires a 200 amp breaker, and even we're gonna change these, and we're gonna put something a little more beefier, more, you know. But for now, for the time being, this is what's going in. This is what the other thing is, like I didn't show on the other video, was these plates right here. These are the compression plates, and they stick out past the cells. You see that? And so now they're at the same level as this. So this is essentially what's going to be carrying the weight when you stack these together. The legs are on the bottom here, and they're attached to that plate. And then the one on the top is going to be attached to that plate. So the weight is going to be carried by this. The shell is going to be carrying some weight, but it's going to be minimal, right? So I know the shell looks like it's a flimsy, like, you know, sheet metal and stuff. And it is, but once you put it all together and, tie it all with like screws and stuff, it becomes very, very stiff, very, very strong. It could carry the 200-pound box on top of that, and maybe another 200, right? So 400 pounds. But definitely that's not what's going to be doing the most work. It's going to be these right here. And this is thick aluminum here, 3 mil aluminum, right? And it's bent right here, and it's going to be, that's going to carry. So you will be able to put 3 or maybe up to 4 of these boxes together. As you know, these cells are really, really heavy. It's about 150 pounds, almost 200 pounds, this box fully put together and stuff, right? And it will do 200 amps with our bus bars here. And I think we're gonna end up doing maybe even tape like this to isolate them, or what we're gonna do, we might paint them. We're trying 2 different methods here, and whichever one we like the best, that's where we're gonna go. Obviously the painting one it's easier and faster, but it takes longer to set and to dry. But this takes longer to wrap, but then it's set once it's done, right? So I think it's probably about the same amount of time that it's gonna take to do that. Other than that, that's it. Oh yeah, there's gonna be these little connectors here. So this no longer will require you to do a bunch of little screws like we were doing before. We had some little green connector here with the tiny little screws, and people were having some trouble. There's a few people that messed up the little threads on the screws. It's these little connectors here, right? They're small, and so you need to be finesse. You have to be careful and stuff. And some people lack the finesse that that it requires to have that. So now it's just going to be these little cables, and now you don't. The only thing is that we got these cables that are a bit too short, so we ordered the longer ones. So when you get your box, it's gonna have longer cables in here, and it's gonna be super easy. Like literally, like this one goes on that one, right? Like connector 1 goes onto port 1, and connector 2 to 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4, and that's it. You're done. That's all the connections you have to do. 2 big ones, and then the 4 little connectors, and you're done. Everything else is in here. This one's connected to that, yeah. And then all this stuff is solid, so we don't have to make and crimp cables. This thing is coming up really good. By the time you get these boxes and you start building them, whether you get them so you build them yourself, it's gonna be really easy. Or if we build them in-house, we're gonna be flying through these, and we'll be able to put these together very fast, and we'll be able to get them out. By the way, most of this stuff is made here in the States. I think the boards are made in China. The cells obviously coming from China. So again, the tariffs just happened this weekend, just a few days ago. And so now these are going to be 10% more expensive. So we see price increase in this stuff, right? But We were able to get a huge lot of these other Syntec boxes, right? And these are the ones that we're making in-house, but then the Syntecs are very, I'll do a video where we compare them side to side and, see. But we have those right now in stock, and these prices are pre-tariff because we were able to get them in before. Anything that's coming into the port, starting Monday of this week, right? Then they got extra 10% tariff on all this stuff. And so that's why we are able to get some in there. So yeah, check out jack35.com, whether you want to get one of these boxes, which we offer them box alone or fully loaded with cells, the 280s or the 314s. We have both of those in stock right now. And the same thing with the Syntec boxes, you can get those, the DIY box only or loaded with cells. So we are loading cells on these boxes for free. We're not charging extra. We're basically the same price if you buy the cells and then you buy the box separately. If you happen to do it at the same time on the website, right, and order the fully built one, so you don't see a price increase. We're just, building them for you because, these boxes are really easy to build. And especially once you've done a few of them, for us, it's like it takes half hour to build one of these, and so it's no big deal. And so yeah, people are taking advantage of that, and you can just get a plug and play battery essentially. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Just quick updates here on our little DIY box.